Hey everybody, hope you're all having a good day. It's Wednesday, so it's time to continue our playthrough of the Phoenix of the Apologist's Trilogy. We are on episode 3, the Riot Tournament, and we did the investigation. Maya is unsuspected murder. Again. This is what, the fifth or sixth time? I don't know, I've lost count. Anyway, we are now into the trial sections. Let's just get into it. Alright, so May 11th, 9:40 a.m. High Court of Korean accused lobby. I wasn't able to find any conclusive evidence yesterday. But if I can figure out that... Sorry, yeah, I'm just gonna again. If I can figure out Leader Hero's motive for threatening the High Priest, then maybe. Nick, well... Don't look so down, Maya. I'm going to defend you with everything I've got. You would do well to cease this insanity while you still can. As I said yesterday, I'm going to defend my client in court. Well, know this. You shall not witness a miracle of the sort that occurred last time. The moment she is found guilty, you too will be found guilty of abandoning the accused. I never claimed to be a miracle maker, but I am good at discovering the truth. Oh. And unlike miracles are, the truth is always waiting to be found. The truth say, then it seems you have chosen your fate. This shall be your very last trial. Nick. I'm gonna prove you innocent, Maya. You'll see. After all, you have to introduce the Plume Punisher, warrior of the Neo Twilight Realm, to the folks back home, right? Right! I may be the defendant this time. But I'll be by your side as always, Nick. Thanks, Maya. This place is tough on lawyers. I'll need all the help I can get. Plus, it's good to have you on the team. Well, it's time. Let's go. Sorry, I thought that was Maya for a sec. Okay, May 11th, High Court of Crime. Down closing session. Alright! Argent's costume for you attack everyone. Let the trial of Maya Faye begin. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Huh? Quiet! At GC Prosecutor Tremandi is absorbed in silent prayer. Rip. The trial's barely started and the judge is already mad at me. He's ready to vote for prosecutor. What's the accused standing over there? Oh, well... Your Majesty. In addition to being the accused, she is also my assistant. The accused, your assistant, you say? Very well then. Ow. A criminal does indeed make a fitting partner to a lawyer with a divided soul. That's not fair. Wasn't very nice. Yeah, well, I'm a lawyer. There seems to be a custom of sorts here in Karayan. I must say, I am surprised to see you still here in Karayan, Mr. Wright. And even more so to find you in the Hall of Justice once more. I cannot fathom why you would willingly risk your life for yet another trial. The answer is simple, Your Majesty. I am a lawyer, and this is what lawyers do. Although, to be frank, I can't be anywhere but here right now. Such foolishness. Ah, Prosecutor Shimani! Are you ready to begin now? Yes, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. But first, I promise you both this. I shall cast your wicked souls into the fires of hell. Thus shall the soul of the victim attain salvation. Ah, splendid! I expect nothing less of you, Prosecutor Shimande. Please save the victim's soul, Prosecutor Shimande. Please, the wicked lawyer who dares to stop these last rites. I think I'll pass on that whole fire and brimstone deal. But I'm not surprised by your word or stance, considering what Apollo's told me about you. So, it was you who instilled that putrid lawyery guy within him? Putrid? What? He too must soon face the fires, lest his soul be lost to redemption. But I shall send you on ahead, for that he will not be lonely when he arrives. Sorry, but I'm afraid it won't be that easy. People say I never know when to give up. Nervous, Maya? A little. Feels like it's been ages since we stood side by side like this in court. But I'm the defendant. Don't worry. We haven't lost the case together yet. You're right! Let's give this everything we've got, Nick! Now then, Prosecutor Shimandi, would you please explain the case at hand? Of course, Your Majesty. Let us begin the last rites of the victim. Maya Fey has been charged with the crime of murder. The victim of her heinous crime was High Priest Trust in Me. He was conducting the purification rite when he was brutally slain. And the cause of death? Let us review the victim's autopsy report and the crime scene photo, shall we? Cause of death was blood loss from a stab wound delivered to the abdomen. The murder weapon was likely the Warbark's dagger, which was used in the rite. However, the weapon is yet to be found, though a search was thoroughly searched. A sacred relic used as a tool for murder? The Holy Mother's wrath shall be most severe! The murder itself took place at the height of the purification rite. The accused had donned Lady Kira's sacred robes, and the victim was there to offer prayers as a high priest of Koryanism. During the rite, the victim and the accused were the only two at the inner sanctum. Therefore, the only person who could have slayed the victim is Maya Fey. I must say, that does cause a great deal of suspicion upon the accused. Indeed. Now then, allow me to submit this diagram of the crime scene as evidence in this case. Inner sanctum diagram onto the record. It's just a diagram. In Koryanism, slaying a priest is a sin most grave and dreadful. As such, my fae's soul shall be purged into the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling. There, she shall be tickled without end for 500 million years. That is a terrible fate indeed. With the defense card to respond. And here I thought the lowest level of hell was the hell of back pain. I don't remember killing anyone. I don't even after Jason hope every day. I don't remember killing anyone, and I don't have that dagger or anything like it. As my client stated, she has no memory of the events as described by the prosecution. But more importantly, she had no motive to kill the High Priest in the first place.
Objection.
I thought you might say that. Nevertheless, the meanest prevail of lawyers is utterly inefficient here in the Hall of Justice. For all will be made clear by her benevolence, Reva Palma-Ryan's insight. I'm sorry. So it is, and so it shall be. The divination Serenus reveals the truth for all to see. Here we go again. Elif, please show in the royal priestess. It's Princess Reva! Oh, how beautiful! Glory to the Holy Mother for this blessed day! As popular as ever, I see. Rest assured, good people of Korean, I will defeat this murderer and her abettor. They shall not escape their freedom expressed today. What a joy it is to have the royal priestess back in the Hall of Justice. May the Holy Mother grant us her divine favor. Udahara Korean. She sure looks pleased with herself. Especially for someone who didn't know what a Freedom Express was until yesterday. Sorry, I'm also there's something else here. So alright. Is there something stuck to my face, Barphead? No, nothing, Your Benevolence. Alright. That's it, I should be right. Okay, now then, your malevolence, the division sentence, if you please. I'm almost done. Okay, I should be done now. It's very well. Naya, my robe. Sorry, I was doing something else there. Yeah. So I believe this is voice again?
O Holy
Yes.
Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Oh. Okay. That's before, this is the second time we've had to go through this. Right. Maya. Hmm? Wind. Footsteps, incense. Pain! Okay. The victim's Matima has spoken. The divination sentence is complete. Alright. Great. Another clearly incriminating sentence vision. It could not be any clearer, O foul defense. The accused donned the secret robes of Lady Kiran and then attacked the victim. Oh, it's probably is going to be the. This is completely off topic things, but I was actually locked in my room because my door handle decided to die on me today. It's also nice, so I can it's just a thing that happened today. Alright. Oh, how far terrible it must have been. The figure of Lee Kira is lit against the dim lantern lights. The scent of incense growing ever so potent as she draws near. One can almost sense the horror Bartholomew must have felt. The facts as presented by her benevolence is indisputable. But that wasn't me. Do something, Nick. I'm working on it. I couldn't have been any clearer. Looks like I'm in for another uphill battle. The accused committed the foul act during an ancient tradition, the purification rite. Come to think of it, the rite guide explains the multi-part purification rite in details. Okay, the transformation rite. The high priest reads scriptures, while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira. The rite of water. Lady Kira enters the spring, and the high priest purifies her, along with her dagger. The rite of fire. The priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. Indeed, it would seem that the murder occurred during the transformation rite. The rite dictated that the high priest stands in front of the spring. Therefore, the accused must have attacked him from the distance of the broken lantern. Sorry, from the direction of the broken lantern, sorry. Well, Barbed Head, would you care to object? Of course, because I know my client is innocent. So you say, you truly do not know when you are beaten, do you? I managed to pull it off last time with Albie. I'll just have to do it again. You intend to find fault with her benevolence inside yet again? It would seem lawyers are Pokunan creatures indeed. Look at that Pokunan! Pokunan! What exactly is a Pokunan? Someone who's a real piece of work, so to speak. They can call me anything they want. The only thing I care about is uncovering the truth. So, Barbhead, are you foolish enough to risk your life for your so-called truth? Because my insights are the truth. To deny them is to willingly dig your own grave. And here is the insight. Here's insight. The victim commenced the purifying rite by blowing the lanterns and reading a sutra. As the first part, the transformation rite ended, he lowered the sutra. Suddenly, he heard the accused approach his footsteps, and he smelled her incense-laden robes. It was then that the victim felt an intense pain. I believe this is when he was stabbed. As his lifeblood spilled over, his vision dimmed, and finally he passed from our world. That is everything the victim experienced in his final moments. Intersecting diagrams been updated. Dressed in the sacred robes of Lady Kira, the accused rushed the victim head-on. The brutal stabbing she perpetrated could not have been any clearer. Yes, it is plain for all to see. No, it wasn't me! A sudden drowsiness came over me during the transformation rite. I didn't even get a chance to put Lady Kira's robes. You waste our time with such meaningless statements, accused. Can I explain away the truths revealed by the royal priestess' divine insight? Oh! How did she end up finding contradictions last time? The diseases found in moments include all 5 senses. Oh, you mean those words that appear in the pool of souls? It looks to me like the bigger the word, the stronger the sensation was to the victim. Yeah, that's how it looked to me. Me too. The sensations themselves are never wrong, only their interpretations. That's why I tried to point out mistakes in Rafe's insight from the last time. Oh, there could be contradictions between what Abonomy felt and her insight, huh? You got it, and I'm gonna find them this time too. Should I check out the point of contradiction? Nah, it should be okay. Nah, I remember how it works. Still, sensation this time seems to fluctuate more than the ones from Alby's trial. In which case, I better keep an eye on the change in their intensity too. Okay, time to point at the sensations that contradicts the insights. Oh, I almost picked the wrong file. Alright. Wind.
Objection!
The footsteps aren't getting louder though. The victim supposedly heard the accused approaching footsteps. Did he really? What nonsense is this? Isn't that abundantly clear? No, it's not. Because there is something strange about those footsteps. Strange? Explain yourself, Barbed Head. The footsteps are strange because they don't get any louder. They're not getting any louder. Why? And why exactly does that matter? Please focus your attention on the incense the victim smelled. The scent grows stronger as the accused approaches. If the accused really had approached the victim, the sound of her footsteps would have grown louder as the scent of incense grew stronger. Ah! Why? That makes perfect sense! How can this be explained, Your Benevolence? Well, there must be a reason.
Objection!
It is as they say, even a preacher's worm of a lawyer will turn. What does that even mean? He's not exactly singing your praises, that's for sure. Still, we cannot discount this information solely on account of its lawyer's source. Your Benevolence? Perhaps you must listen more carefully to the Abad Mitama. Listen more carefully? What's he talking about? Yes, but it appears so. I shall try to refine the sensation. Refine the sensation? I can more accurately gauge sensations by deepening my communication with the Mitama. I didn't know you could do that. Why have we never done this before? By refining a sensation, a clear picture of the truth can be discovered. Oh, bless me, Tama. I beseech you. Hear me now and respond to my call. Footsteps changed into bells. What could that mean? Bells? The only bells at the scene of the crime were... Ah! That jingling came from above these bells! You mean those big things he had on his ankles? Well, there you have it. The sound of bells was from the High Priest's own footsteps. Then that means... the footsteps belonged to the victim himself. It means it was the victim who was moving, not the accused. The victim was the one who went running towards the broken lantern from the spring. A far cry from what her relentless insight would have us believe. Yeah. So it looks like the background's been updated. Why would the victim have approached the accused? Maybe he was trying to defend himself. Please explain. He could have felt threatened by Lady Kira's standing there with a dagger. If so, he might have fought to overpower her before she attacked. Still your words. This is nothing but a theory, and a poor one at that. Be not led astray by this lawyer's obvious postulation.
Objection.
I think I got that wrong, though. Well, his instance is inexcusable. I would ask that you calm yourself, your benevolence. Okay, is there something you would care to say, Prosecutor Shimandi? Okay. Even if it was Abonomi who moved, it does not negate the accused's claim. What do you mean? The accused was likely waiting for the High Priest to approach. Ah! And as he neared, she plunged the dagger into him. It is as simple as that. Oh, right. It really doesn't change much, does it? Yes! It is as Prosecutor has said. In fact, it is as I meant to say. All along as well. Okay, right. And that's why you were so shocked when you first heard it. Understand now, lawyer. That contradiction you conjured up has come to none. Once I hone my insights, it will vanish like the dying rays of the sun. He rushed to the accused and tried to fight it off by the broken lantern. See, the fact that it was Abonomi who moved changes nothing. Alright, come on, Phoenix. Gotta keep your cool. The contradiction I pointed out must mean something. That one sensation changed that the princess Rafa refined her vision. It stands to reason that something else might have changed too because of the refinement. I should focus on any sensation that has changed, while searching for more contradictions between them and her insight. Alright. Alright. Water?
Objection!
Alright. Hold it! Sorry. How do we know the purification rite was performed exactly as it was supposed to be? That's easy. The customs governing the rite are very clear, and Abonomy would have adhered to them. Well, that's strange. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain just what is so strange? Yes, I would ask you to consider the sound of the victim's footsteps. The sound of bells changed to the sound of water at one point. What's this? It's simple. The victim must have stepped in some water. Oh? Yes. And the only source of water in the inner sanctum is the spring. And therein lies the contradiction. What contradiction? I believe the rite started as it should have. The victim stood with his back to the spring, and the accused stood right in front of him. But now we know that the victim then moved into the spring. So now Punkuna! That's absurd! That means the accused's location differs from what her benevolence insight indicates. Then, where do you propose the accused stood when she donned Lady Hira's robe? Based on the sound of the victim's footsteps, I believe that I was standing here.
Take that!
Until this moment, we all just assumed that Abonomy and Miss Faye were standing where they were supposed to be, as shown in this rite guide. In short, the victim should have been standing with his back to the spring, and the accused in front. However, if that is how they were really standing, he couldn't have stepped into the spring as he approached her. The problem is, the victim did step into the spring. This could only mean that Miss Faye had actually been standing in the water. If this is true, then their positions would have been completely reversed. And it's like it's been updated again. What is going on here, Miss Faye? Were you really standing in the spring? I'm sorry, but I barely remember anything about the rite. The High Priest would never make such an obvious blunder during a rite. What on earth? Is that even possible? Yes, I may. This does not overturn my insights. It doesn't? Let us say the accused was standing in the spring. So what? So what? This completely reverses their position. So is what? That their positions differ from what is customary is they're curious. However, what does that change? It certainly does not erase the accused's brutal crime. I guess you have a point there. You lawyers are an absurd breed. Never thinking ahead, you cling to the first insignificant contradiction you can muster. Sounds like Princess Brifa has a pretty good grasp on what lawyers are all about. Oh, Maya, where would I be without your brutally frank commentary right now? Is this contradiction really meaningless? But something really doesn't feel right. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth. Now the contradiction is no more. But the truth is of the matter still stands, no matter how stubbornly you deny it. What do you have to say for yourself now, Mr. Wright? Yeah. Nick? Your Majesty, this lawyer may have raised a trivial objection, but her benevolence insight have no further inadequacies of any kind. Yes, so it would seem. Wait a second, but there is another contradiction. Still you flounder about, wretched beast. Though you rack that preacher brain of yours, nothing worthwhile will come of it. Maya, please tell me you remember something that might help us here. Sorry, I really don't remember a thing. But now that the place I was standing has changed, who knows? That alone may cause a new discrepancy with Princess Rafa's insights. That's right. Now I know that Maya was standing in the spring. A major change like that could very well produce a contradiction. I should take another look at the inner sanctum's diagram in the court. And confirm where Maya and Abba were standing. And then focus on finding any discrepancies between their position and the insights. I still feel this is the problem. Bit. Oh!
Objection!
That does change. I see a change. Your benevolence! I found a new contradiction. You did? No doubt it is but another of your foul attempts to slander my insights. Nope. Take a good look at what the victim saw, and it might change your mind. The lantern flame behind the accused was flickering. There was nothing unusual about that, especially as the wind had stirred. No, that's where you're wrong. If the accused had been standing in the spring, then what you see here should be one of the lanterns flanking the statue. I fail to see your point. My point is, something is wrong here. Two lanterns flanking the statues were both outfitted with glass wind guards. So neither lantern flame should have been flickering in the wind in the first place. He seems pretty tickled, Nick. I don't remember saying anything funny. I fail to see what you wish to prove here, but very well. I shall refine the vision and reveal the truth for all to see. Oh, blessed Mitama, I beseech you, fix your insight upon the lantern there. Huh? That lantern doesn't have a wind guard on it. And rightly so. For the wind guard was removed to reveal the sicker flame within the rite of fire. Therefore, there is nothing odd about the flame flickering. Say what? But when we searched the crime scene, those lanterns had their wind guards on. That's because the police put them back on. The sacred flames must have burned uninterrupted for hundreds of years, the fence. We could not risk them being extinguished, even during an investigation. That would never fly back home. Well, Barthead, are you done quabbling? If so, then it is time to bow down before this testimony of the Mitama. Nick! Don't worry, Maya. I'm just getting started. Alright, let's go over everything we know so far. Maya was wearing Lady Kira's robes and standing in the spring. The High Priest is thought to have been moving towards her. So I should look for sensations that stand in contradiction to this arrangement. I won't give up. I'm going to find a contradiction that will undermine the accusation against Maya. I still think it's this statement. Alright.
Objection!
Not the win. Inconsistent? I think not. Exactly. That's what inconsistent lies. No, I believe it is a defense thought process that is inconsistent lies. Alright, I guess there wasn't inconsistency there after all. Okay, let's think about this a bit more.
Objection!
Oh, worth a shot. Nope. Alright, let's see the consult. Was I right, Stephen? Maya, I can't find any contradictions. Come on, Nick. A bit early to throw in the towel, don't you think? Didn't notice anything wrong with the sensation that appears as worse just now. Well then, maybe the contradiction is what's Abonomy saw. I think there's something fishy about the thing. At least we can see more clearly now. Also, we should focus on not only sensations, but the updated insight as well. Right, thanks, Maya. Right!
Objection!
Nope. Right, let's get the points back. So we were on the right tracks. It was that statement. Try that again.
Objection!
Nope. Wait.
Objection!
Nope. Bring those points back. Alright. Hmm. Oh, crap. Wait, huh? Oh!
Objection!
Okay. What could this possibly mean? That lantern clearly contradicts the inside. This contradiction will overturn the entire case I've been building. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? One minute you shout out, and the next you fall silent. Perhaps it's like the bellow of one who's barreling down a hill with no way of stopping. Is that alright, Prosecutor Shamandi? Don't get cold feet now, Phoenix. Even though this overturns the entire case you built so far, the only way is to keep moving forward, because that's where we'll find the truth. Sorry, but I'm not barreling down. I'm not barreling down a hill. In fact, I'm in full control of everything with the indisputable contradiction I found. Okay, is that so? The lantern behind the accused clearly, no, blatantly contradicts your insight. Does it not? One of the lanterns on the entrance side of the inner sanctum was broken. And if you watch what Abonomy saw in this final moments, you would notice that the lantern behind the praying form in Miss Faye is broken. The lantern behind Lady Hira, however, is still intact. In short, we are seeing two different lanterns in the Senon's vision. How could this be? Even if it were so, how would that contradict my insights? Let me start by saying, claim I'm about to raise will overturn the case I've built thus far. Will the defense please explain himself? Based on the broken lantern, we can tell the precisions. Where the accused and the victim were standing. Did you not just finish asserting that the accused was standing somewhere else? I did, and I built my argument on that faulty premise. But thankfully, it has led us here to the actual spot where my affair was standing. I must say, the defense keeps changing its assertion in such a capricious manner. Its credibility may come into question. I'm willing to take that risk, Your Majesty, because I believe this will be the last time. I'd like to start by pointing at the actual spot where the accused was standing. Very well. Show us where you now believe the accused was actually standing. Based on the location of the broken lantern, where was Maya really standing?
Take that!
Are you sure it was there? Oh, my handset, sorry. We said that one didn't count. Oops. Aren't doing such baffling gaps as my job, Mr. Wright. Well, it was worth a try. Oh wait, I wasn't on... Think about this. Holy what? Okay. I need to think about the location of the broken lantern. This should make the spot where Maya was standing. Wait, I think it was right, but I was slightly off by a bit.
Take that!
Huh?
Take that!
Arg.
Take that!
Why? Alright.
Take that! Take that!
It's that thing between. Try here.
Take that!
Nope. Okay. Your turn to the right. My coin says should be here. Oh, his fit. No, the lantern was to the right. Why? I'm pretty sure I know the spot. Alright.
Take that!
God damn, it was right behind him. I was going too far to the end. I was going too far. Alright.
Take that!
I was going too far. I wasn't thinking straight before, but now it's all falling into place. We know the victim had stepped into the spring. It means my Fei had to have been standing in the water as he approached. However, his memory, which has now become clear, reveals that Miss Fei was standing by the side of the broken lantern. In other words, she was standing where she was supposed to be according to the Hold it! Does that not bring us back to the very beginning? No. This is where things take a different turn. And I mean that literally. The victim had to have been moving towards the spring. That means that while he was moving, he had his back turned towards the accused. What's this? Do you mean to say the victim turned around during the rite? But such an image appears nowhere in the Stenon's vision. Actually, it does appear. It's just that no one noticed until now. No one noticed? How could no one have noticed something so big? There was room when the scripture what the victim was holding was all we could see. Thanks to that, none of us could tell that he was in fact turning around in that moment.
Objection!
If it is as the defense asserts, then her benevolence insights no longer make sense. How do you intend to explain that?
Objection!
I don't need to explain everything, because it's just as you said, Prosecutor Shamande. Her benevolence insight doesn't make any sense because they contain a huge error. Such insolence! A huge error, you say? To explain. The huge error is the number of people there. I believe this is what happened at the scene of the crime. The victim was reading a surah when suddenly he sensed someone behind him. He immediately looked back to see someone dressed as Lady Kira standing there. Wishing to see who it was, he approached the robed figure. That's when he was stabbed. This cannot be! Oh, but it can. And it is. The inside stated the accused stabbing the victim was wrong. Sorry, it's wrong. And that is the real truth behind this testimony of the dead. Oh, look! You're suggesting that there was someone else at the scene of the crime? Alright. Hi, I misunderstood. Have I misunderstood the voice of the Mitama again? This cannot be. Okay. Whew, that was a close one. But it reminds to find the true meaning behind the sense vision somehow. I should add these new facts to the court record. Yep, it's been updated. Your benevolence, please allow me to take it from here. I will overturn this. I will overturn this brash accusation of this faithless, putrid-minded lawyer. Yes, I shall place my trust in you. Are you sure about this, Prosecutor Shamandi? My work as an international prosecutor has taken me to courtrooms around the world. And in that time, I have learned to perform last rites for souls in trials lacking a sentence. Yes, of course. Forgive my literacy inquiry. Moreover, I have with me a forensic investigator from overseas. I shall show you in all the most magnificent last rites ever seen. Shall I show you all the most magnificent last rites? I guess he really does think highly of Emma and her forensic expertise. I'm impressed that he come to understand their values. Right, then again, he is an international prosecutor who's solved tough cases around the world. And to hunker down, huh? Well then, let us continue with today's proceedings. With the defense, please tell us who the third party dressed as Lady Hero was. Your new claim has neglected the insights of the... Sorry, it has negated the insights of the Royal Priestess. But I trust you have some evidence to support it, correct? Yes, of course. This third party must have really wanted to kill the High Priest. I might be able to identify who it was if I had evidence of their murder's intent. Well, or is he, Mr. Right? The evidence that can reveal the identity of the third party is this.
Take that!
3 days before the purification rite, the victim received a warning letter from an unidentified individual. Did who represented clearly meant to threaten the High Priest. The letter said, "Do not perform the rite." But the rite went on as scheduled. I believe this is why the High Priest was murdered. Who do you suppose sent the letter? A person with something to hide. The rebel hunter disguised as Lady Hera herself. Peace! I don't understand. I have heard the Lady Hera that had been in news of like only 100 rebels. So, why would she have killed the High Priest? Excellent question. Maybe it would help to think of it this way. What if the High Priest has secretly been a rebel? The High Priest? Could possibly have been a rebel. A High Priest? A devout follower of Koreanism? A rebel? Do you even comprehend the blasphemy of which you speak? Well, do you? I too found it hard to believe at first. But as I continued my investigation, it started to become more and more plausible.
Objection!
The third party was the rebel hunter Lady Hera, and the High Priest was a rebel? Your mockery of Koreanism. No. Of the kingdom of Korean itself knows no bounds? Whoops. This shameless Republican lawyer, he's making a mockery of our religion. As a faithful Koreanist, I take issue with these claims, and I am loath to admit them in today's proceedings. I don't like where this is going. The defense claims are but vile blasphemy tantamount to spitting on the Holy Mother. Is it really that big of a deal, Maya? Abonomy was a distinguished monk and very respected too, so yeah. Please don't let this turn into an international accident. But fear not, good people of Karayan. The rantings of the putrid-brained lawyer who seek to sully the soul of the deceased shall come to no avail once I conclude these last rites. The prosecution assertion that the accused killed the victim remains unchanged. But the victim was stabbed in the abdomen. How could that possibly when he has back towards turned towards Miss Faye? Someone else must have killed him.
Objection.
Are you sure about that? You may have invalidated the sentence, but do not let it go to your putrid head. The karmic flow of this trial is, as yet, still in my hands. How could he be so confident? Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegation of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. And I shall prove that by calling a new witness to the stand. An eyewitness who delivered a definitive answer that will dispel the defense's doubt. An eyewitness? Very well, let's call this eyewitness to the stand. It's him again. Well, now, he has to be the shaggiest witness I've ever laid eyes upon. Please state your name and occupation. Oh, I'm, Danzo. Whatchamacallit. Anonymous to be D. At least that's what they've been calling me. Anonymous. To be D? As in to be determined? Why don't you just tell us your own name? The witness has suffered a blow to the head, rendering him as amnesiac. Therefore, I named him Anonymous to be decided in my report that he thinks 2BD is part of his name.
Objection!
Your Leninist amnesiac. Yeah, amnesiac testify? Have no fear. I have already questioned him at length. While it is true he has utterly forgotten his name and past, his memory of what he witnessed is still very much intact. Considering the dearth of information, any knowledge may be of help. Therefore, I will permit his testimony. Aye, Mr. Anonymous. Please tell us what you saw. The night of the murder. That night, I was up on top of Mount Pony, but next to the inner sanctum. I had cried, so I climbed up there to pray in peace. I know it's a no-no, but since there was no one around, I used my binoculars to spy on the right of the inner sanctum. That's when I saw the accused. Stop the high priest with a dagger! There's no way you saw Miss Faye stop the victim with a dagger. I swear I don't know what he's talking about. Or don't remember that read. Mount Pony? The beautiful mountain that's known as the Little Sanctum? He must be talking about that smaller mountain on from the poster. Mr. Anonymous, I was wondering, what can I do for you for? The inner sanctum lies at a high elevation where clouds and falls can obscure the view. Are you sure you'll see what happened from the mountaintop next to it? Fine. His Majesty raised an excellent question. Well, Mr. Anonymous? On the day of the right, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, I had a perfect view. If you don't believe me, check the weather forecast in the paper that day. Nick, don't we have a newspaper for that day? Yeah, let's take a look. Weather forecast. The area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. The warmer temperature will make for excellent prayer weather. Be warned, however, that we see a cold front move in overnight. It does say clear, calm skies, doesn't it? See? Told you so! And I've updated the newspaper article. Alright. Well, it would appear the witness has offered testimony worth hearing. Mr. Anonymous, I too have questions for you. Didn't he already question the witness? Okay. Well, that's what I'm here for, right? Shoot! How was the accused holding a dagger? Alright. Was she holding it underhanded? Its blade protruding from the bottom of her hand? Yeah, I believe she was. It's called a reverse grip. I thought as much.
Hold it!
Hold it right there! What bearing does it have on, does that have on this case? Cease your interruption, you pewterhead lawyer. Snug, do you not see the significance in how the blade was held? Oh, why don't you enlighten me, oh enlightened one? Okay. I knew you were a fool. I can already picture you in your next life. Next life? Oh, too very quickly? Alright, I'll deal with that. I don't have any motors in them. Alright. I saw two bots, so I had to go deal with it. Anyway. Yes, after your soul rise for centuries in the pits of hell, you shall be reborn as a witless sea urchin with barbs limited to your posterior. You shall live a short, inconsequential life, only to be brutally devoured by a sea otter. That was a bit excessive. I simply asked what the dagger grip had to do with the case. Now pay attention. How the accused held the dagger is of vital importance. With such information, you can infer exactly what actions she took. You were saying that the victim was killed while he had his back to the accused? Is that correct? Yes. As such, the accused dagger grip tells us something important. The accused approached the victim from behind, swung her arm around him, and plunged the dagger deep into his abdomen, using a reverse grip. Thus, Mr. Nuss's testimony clears up any doubts that might remain. And it coincides with her benevolence's insight as well. This is a disaster. I thought I'd blown those insights out of the water, and now they're back to haunt me. Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright. You know the drill.
Hold it!
Okay. Are you sure you're not mistaken, Mr. Animus? Okay. Was it really the Mount Pony Pony that you climbed? Oh, I'm sure it was. It was a really Pony Pony Schmunten. Alright. What does that even mean? You know, now that I think about it, it was a mighty fine view.
Hold it!
Okay, if you hit crowds, why bother climbing to the top? Couldn't you have just as easily prayed at the bottom of Mount Pony Pony? Wrong, bucko! This is a once-in-a-year epic event! I want to play as close to the actual thing as possible. You're so gung-ho about it. Why didn't you go pray at the Plaza of the Potion? Like I said, I hit crowds. I wanted to pray in peace. Oh, Holy Mother, why do I only get the annoying ones? And my burning faith demanded that I climb up the mountain closest to the inner sanctum. Alright. Also, sorry.
Hold it!
Okay, since nobody was around, there is nobody who can collaborate your actions either. Okay. Hey ho, you're absolutely right. You're exactly right. Okay. In that case, Mr. Animus, let me ask you this. Was there a reason you didn't want to be seen? About that? If you get caught climbing the surrounding mountains on the day of the ride, you can get in big trouble. Har 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 har. That's it? Yeah, it's totally embarrassing getting yelled at when you're grown up. Har 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 har. Yeah, you're a real grown up, alright. And since nobody was around, I'd also ambition and alright.
Hold it!
You had pair of binoculars with you? That's pretty convenient. You weren't planning to spy on the right of. Sorry, you weren't planning to spy on the right all along, were you? Actually, I just happened to hop them for bird watching. Bird watching, huh? I see. You're not gonna keep pressing him on this. He's sketchy as heck, but I don't really have anything I can stick my teeth into yet. Oh, okay then. Har 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 har! I love the great outdoors. Stage it. There, that's just the kind of guy I am. I got caught. Anonymous to be decided. He's really starting to get on my nerves. As I looked through my binoculars, I couldn't believe what was unfolding before me.
Hold it!
Did you really see what you say you did? What are you saying I'm lying about this? Well, I'm not. It's as permanently in this old noggin. But I didn't do what you said I did. I didn't get a chance to touch the dagger on the day of the ride. What do you know of that? All I know is what I saw. I never saw anything. I never even saw you before my life. What was the reason could I have to lie? I didn't expect there be any witnesses way up there. I don't remember doing that at all. I know. I have a feeling that the witness is lying. There has to be an inconsistency somewhere in his testimony. I should look at the court record. I do have a problem with this, though.
Objection!
I can see what the things before. Your Majesty, I have my doubts about this bushy beard witness. But now I know we can't trust him. What? You ain't judging me solely on my bodacious beard, are you? Not at all, Mr. Animus. It's much more than your sketchy appearance. It's your sketchy testimony. His testimony, you saying? Yes, recall how the Enchanted was that day. Specifically, that it was completely enclosed by the ritual curtain. But yes, I believe you're right. The curtain would have completely blocked the witness's view from my pony. Therefore, he couldn't possibly have seen the murder happen. Oh yeah! Huh. Mr. Animus, have you been only making false statements in this court? Well, Ah! You got me! The witness will lower his voice! I didn't actually see the accused herself. You didn't actually see the accused herself? What's that supposed to mean? Let me set the record straight, I beg ya. Okay, the night of the murder amended. Okay, I showed her shadowy silhouettes projected against the ritual curtain. Okay. The figures were created by the light of the full moon on that clear and still night. She was just a shadow, but I could tell it was the accused first gripping that dagger. Shadows? That's what you saw? That's right. Okay, I can see what's going on by the shadow projected on the ritual curtain. Okay, in the future, Miss Emmas, I would rather you offer accurate testimony from the start. Alright. Forgive me, Mammy and Mom, Mr. Majesty. Chuck up my fuzzy memory. Yeah, oh, afternoon, I hope you're having that. I changed the costume to the Furio Tiger costume. Yeah. So he saw, but shadows. Is still viable testimony. You have to be kidding me. What are we going to do now, Nick? All I can think of is to look for inconsistencies between the actual right and Miss Say so. Now then, the defense may cross-examine the witness once more. Alright.
Hold it!
Okay. So what you saw were simply shadows? It hurt me there. That's right. Those shadowy figures on that bright white curtain. They shone through plain as day. I could see everything that happened. Yeah, I could bet. Mostly just an insight, really. The Miss Faye that bothered me were at the top of the mountain late at night. The only light up there was coming from the 4 small lanterns. How could you stop? How could the shadows have been projected that clearly onto the curtain? No wonder people harp on you lawyers. You're always so dang skeptical. The lanterns weren't the only source of light, you know.
Hold it!
You claim to have seen the shadowy figures that were projected onto the ritual curtain. But did you really see them, Mr. Animus? Of course I did. The bright moonlight projected them onto the curtain. A curtain clear as day. It was like watching a scene of a horror movie from my front row seat on Mount Pony Pony. Guess the moon does shine a bit brighter when you're wet up there. Oh yeah, do you recall how bright the moon was that night? I remember there weren't any clouds, and that the moon was definitely out. But I don't remember if it could cast my any shadow. Okay, thanks. You can't deny that the moon was really bright. Which means it's possible that it was bright enough to cause shadows to appear. Ha 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 ha! I remember it just like it happened.
Hold it!
Hang on. How do you know it was Miss Faye if all you saw were shadows? It was a little bun on top of her head. It was a little bun on top of her head. Didn't need to see her face. That distinctive bulb's a dead good way. Never underestimate my keen sense of observation. Har 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 har. No, that's a funny hair. That's one funny haircut. It's not nice to make fun of a girl's hairstyle. I didn't like my hair this way. Besides, you're one to talk, you Sasquatch. You're not into this wild, manly look I'm sporting? Oh, shows what you know, little girl. Har 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 har. Nick, is there some kind of crime you can charge him with? I'm afraid it doesn't work that way. Now, he claims he only saw shadows. His testimony has sketchy written all over it. Then there must be an inconsistency in there somewhere. Yep. Was he really watching everything from Mount Pony Pony? If so, then I should see how his testimony lines up with the conditions at the right. Alright. I think it's this one. Alright. Over the summit. Ah!
Objection!
You saw silhouettes projected by the moonlight? Sorry, But that's just not possible. What do you mean? How is it not possible that it was totally possible? That's impossible! I think I'm going to need a logical translation on that. Let's take a look at this right guide, shall we, Mr. Amos? The rite is held when the moon is directly over the summit of Pony Pony. By Pony Pony. Doot, doot, doot. So if the moon was shining from the west, any shadows would have been casted eastwards. But Mr. Amos was standing to the west of the inner sanctum on Mount Pony Pony. Oh, Holy Mother! That's right. Our witness here couldn't have seen any shadowy figures on that curtain. Oh, no way! Perhaps it was the sicker flames of the lantern that cast the shadows he saw. I'm afraid not. I inspected them during my investigation, but the flames were too small to cast a crisp, distinctive figure Mr. Amos claims to have seen. But I did see those silhouettes, really? How could he have, Nick? Maybe he was someplace where they were visible. Wait, don't tell me. Your Majesty! If Mr. Mills really did see those shadows, it brings a brand new fact to light. That would be... A brand new fact comes to light if Mr. Mills really did see those shadow figures was... He was somewhere else. He wasn't where he claimed to be at the time of the murder. Oh, then where do you propose the witness was? Someplace where he could have seen the shadow figures, naturally. Wait, you mean... None of the mountains east of the inner sanctum are close enough for a good view. That leaves only one place you could have clearly seen the shadows from. And where might that be? This is where Mr. Amos was at the time of the murder. The inner sanctum. Mr. Amos was at the inner sanctum, just outside the curtain on the east side. That's the only place from which he could have seen the shadowy figure. Ho ho! Really? Wow, I didn't even think of that. But wasn't the inner sanctum off limits to all but the victim and the accused? And the third party who was there, you mean? I get the feeling that the subject prosecutor Shamani would rather not touch right now. I got a feeling that's his, I got a feeling that's his. You mean? That's right. This witness was at the scene of the crime, which means he is the mysterious third party we saw during the definition sentence. He couldn't be the one who dressed as Lady Hira and killed the High Priest. Go again! What?
Objection.
No one but the two participants were allowed anywhere near the inner sanctum. And the only way up there were the stairs that start down at the Plaza of the Devotion. So tell me, how did you propose the witness entered that sacred space? Oh, he must have... I haven't thought that far ahead. The sanctum has sheer cliffs on three sides and a steep towering rock face on the other. No one could have made it there by climbing the faces of those cliffs. His Majesty speaks truth. To say Mr. Amos was at such an inaccessible location is but a bit to tarnish his credibility. Is that not right? Right! Hey, I wasn't at the inner sanctum. No, sir, no how. At least I'm pretty sure I wasn't.
Hold it!
Then, what about those silhouettes you claim to have seen? I'm starting to think I've been imagining things. What? This is insane! I knew we couldn't trust that lawyer. He's trying to frame the witness. Peace, I say. This is impossible. Unless I can show how I got to the inner sanctum. It just looks like I'm trying to slander Mr. Immis. I believe in you, Nick. Rah, rah, shishbo, rah. Fight, Phoenix, right. Just look at the accused. Chashi no shim. What's your problem, lady? Phoenix Wright is very trustworthy, I have you know. He's got some nerves for a criminal. I bet that lawyer poisoned her mind. Please, Maya. You're only making it worse. I appreciate the vote of confidence. It's probably best to keep it to yourself for now. I would advise the defense to think carefully before making any more sudden outbursts. Yes, Your Majesty. If I wasn't the bad guy before, I definitely am now. Now, Mr. Immis, I would like you to think back carefully. Before you testify next about where you were that night. I wasn't at the inner sanctum. I was never at the inner sanctum, I tell you. That much I'm sure of. Even with the fuzzy memory. Right, maybe I shouldn't have put the Fury Attacker costume on. Me bad. Besides, it would have been impossible to get there in the first place. Boy, you lures sure are scary. I guess it might have been impossible for him to get to the inner sanctum like he claims, but now will you desist in trying to frame this innocent witness? Yeah, I'd like to see you explain how you got up there. Alright, this is not time to end these cross-examinations. A moment of desperation leads to 100 million years of torment. It means that for each moment a sinner spends struggling to deny their sins, 100 million years of torment are added to their time in hell. Ryanism is the strictest religion ever. And just so you know, you've already accrued 200 million extra years. Plus the 5 they started with, that's 700 million years! That's another 200 million years of torment. Here, what's another 200 million years, give or take? Well, it's a big deal to me. I can keep saying that the witness was there at the intersect. I can't keep saying that the witness was there at the intersect. I can't prove it. Problem is, how am I going to do that? Alright.
Hold it!
Are you sure you weren't there? Alright. All I'm sure is is that you're deeply skeptical. Alright. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, are all lawyers always like this? Okay. Most certainly. I always try to pin crimes on innocent witnesses without any proof whatsoever. They are no better than bacteria or viruses. Yikes! You mean he's contagious? He's gonna give me Loritis? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Whew, that was a close one. You almost put me there at the scene of the crime when I wasn't even there.
Hold it!
You just said your memory was fuzzy. I sure did. What's the big deal? Okay, I'll tell you what. Your testimony isn't very credible if your memory of the offense is fuzzy. Oh, no worries there. My memory may be fuzzy, but I'm very clear on one thing. Here we go again. Alright. If you ask me whether or not I remember what I did that night, I say I do. In short, you are confident that your testimony is true. Is that correct, Mr. Intimus? Har 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 har. Exactly. Guess you don't get to be a judge for nothing. So in closing, I can clearly say that I was totally not there. Alright.
Hold it!
Hey, I wonder if it really wasn't possible for you to get to the inner sanctum. If you have something to say, say it. Could there have been another way to get there? A way that wouldn't attract attention? No, there wasn't. Which means there is. Perhaps the defense would share its theory with us? I don't even have a wild guess, let alone a theory. And the region in my bag of bluffs. To reach the inner sanctum without attracting attention. You fell from the sky. We'll try that. Maybe you fell from the sky? Har 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 har! The lawyer thinks he's a comedian now. Okay, I was wondering what crazy theory you would propose next. Well, defense, let's hear it. Mr. Ernest could have, parachuted down? Okay. We already know the weather was clear, and there was no wind to speak of. Perfect weather for skydiving, I'd say. Now that you've been backed into a corner, your delusions grow even more delusional. The inner sanctum is on a tiny ledge upon a sheer cliff over 2,000 meters tall. One misstep, and a skydiver would soon find themselves in the Twilight Realm. Yeah, I don't care how still the wind was. Even I couldn't have made that jump. Wait, what's this building on top of the Sacred Mountain? That's the Royal Pensionary number 4. That's Royal Pension. Oh, right. It says where you mentioned there was a prison up there. How'd you get your prisoners up there anyway? By helicopter. And only with authorization from the Minister of Justice. He is the only one who can approve flights that pass over the inner sanctum. Well, that's been updated. Might I also add, defense, that no parachutes or any other equipment necessary for skydiving have been found. Are you saying I flew down there by flapping my arms? I may be an incredible dude, but even I'm not capable of that. Alright, well, please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Amos. It's not like I can fly through the air either.
Hold it!
You wouldn't need to flap your arms if you had some gear. As I have already stated, nothing that the sword was found in or around the scene of the crime. Har 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 har. Okay, I sure like to see some of that so-called gear you're talking about. I know. Was there really nothing like that at the Inner Sanctum? Hey, what if there was something that could have been used as a parachute? I should give the evidence another look. Continue to claim that the witness was at the Inner Sanctum? Yet said claim shall remain but a claim of any supporting evidence, Mr. Wright. Yes, I realize that, Your Majesty. If I can't find any instances, I guess I can always try to elect some more testimony. Elect some more testimony.
Hold it!
Now hold on, lawyers aren't scary. But you're saying that I was at the Inner Sanctum when I wasn't. I only tried to frame an innocent man like that is scary in my book. Lawyers are scary! Lawyers are scary! The setup! It's definitely a setup! I'm not trying to set anyone up. I'm going to provide evidence and explain exactly how it was done. The gallery speaks true. They know the depths of a lawyer's sin and the property of his virtue. They may have some bad apples, but we're not all like that, you know. Alright, don't worry, Nick. I'm still rooting for you, no matter how morally bankrupt you become. Thanks a bunch, Maya. Har 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 har. Mr. Amos was at the Inner Sanctum, or more precisely, they couldn't be there. They couldn't get there. I don't see a way out of this. Yeah, these kinds of debates only get worse if you argue them the wrong way. I'll have to pry some conclusive testimony out of him. And then present some evidence. Like when you're trying to catch frogs from a pond. Once you got a grip on one, you better hold on tight. Right, something like that. Alright. Well, flying for the air isn't possible. But, where is it? I went the wrong way. Achoo. Oh, there it is.
Objection!
Gliding? Parachuting is the... Mr. Amos is right. He couldn't have skydived down there without any gear. Oh no, I finally come around, have ya? Now you see that I couldn't have possibly been there at the Inner Sanctum? Right. If you didn't have any gear, that is. What on earth are you talking about? That overreaction is a dead giveaway that I'm on the right track. Take a look at this piece of evidence. Those are prayer flags, are they not? Yes. Yes. And they've been sewn together to create one big banner. A banner that can also function as a parachute. Oh god. Akula. The people of Koran are so used to seeing prayer flags. But the police didn't even think twice about these flags during their investigation. No, this cannot be. The witness landed at the inner sanctum by using these prayer flags as a parachute. Is that not right, Mr. Elemis? There's no way I'm surrounded. Mr. Elemis? All this talk jogged my memory. I guess I was there at the inner sanctum after all. As I suspected, there were 3 people there that night. You did it, Nick! You weren't wrong after all. Thanks? Mr. Imus, you were the one disguised as Lady Hira that night, weren't you? Well, no way. No hi. It's like this. Oh yeah. I was only there at the intersection by accident. By accident? Exactly. That thing's not a parachute. It's a homemade paraglider. A paraglider? Are you telling me you could fly using that patchwork mess of material? May not look like much, but it's as sturdy as can be. I rode the winds like an eagle, going higher and higher from my earthly launching point. But then something happened that forced me to land at the inner sanctum. So you just happened to land there? You expected me to believe that? Oh no, please calm yourself, Mr. Wright. However, the fact that the witness was at the inner sanctum is crucial testimony indeed. It certainly warrants further explanation. Therefore, let us continue with more testimony. Sorry. Alright. Well, I was at the inner sanctum. That evening, I was enjoying a trek through the night sky with my homemade paraglider. But as my pony was drawing near, something terrible happened. An accident forced me to make an emergency landing at the inner sanctum. As I landed, I banged my head, causing me to lose my memory. As you see, I ended up at the inner sanctum purely by accident. Alright, Mr. Imus, you failed to mention any of this during your pre-trial questioning. Can't be helped. I mean, I'm just remembering it now. Continue such slipshod testimony and you will be cast into the hells of hangnails. Where you shall have hangnails grown and ripped out for 800 million years. I think I'll pass on that. Looks like that caught Professor Shamali off guard. This is my chance to rip his kiss to shreds. Alright.
Hold it!
You were enjoying a trek through the night sky with your homemade paraglider? You didn't go to pray? A devoted Koreanist like me can pray anywhere, even while flying through the sky. But I wouldn't recommend you try it. You're bound to end up dead. Har 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 har! A paraglider? I didn't say anything like that! That's because of the ritual curtains. It blocks your view. You should have seen me majestically soaring between the mountains. Really? What do you think, Nick? Don't ask me. Har har har. I was really enjoying that flight. At first, anyway.
Hold it!
Something terrible happened? Exactly. And when I say terrible, I mean terrible. What? Was there something unexpectedly near my pony? What was it again? Wait, you don't remember? Let's just say it was terrible.
Hold it!
What exactly was this accident you had? Good question. 9, what was it again? Wind? Oh yeah, it was the wind! Not just any wind, but a sudden gale force wind made me lose control. The wind was strong enough to make you lose control? Also, he reminds me of somebody else. I don't know. They usually had some sort of smell. Maybe. You got that right. Okay then. Please add that to your testimony. Gale force winds came out of nowhere, so I had to make an emergency landing at the sanctum.
Hold it!
Had the wind been blowing the whole time around the mountains? Yep, just the right amount of wind for paragliding. That sudden gale force winds was a real shocker. Let's see, so decent wind had been blowing until then? Right, a paraglider's not much of a decent wind.
Hold it!
Okay, where at the inner sanctum did you land? Okay, that's easy. Where the paraglider ended up. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so outside the ritual curtain, on the side where the moonlight shadows were cast. But right as I landed, I hit my head on a rock, and I lost both my consciousness and my memory. Har 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 har! Something's seriously wrong with this guy.
Hold it!
Okay. Also, you're lucky to be alive after an accident like that. Yeah, I'm just a lucky kind of guy. At times like these that separate the man from the boys. Wow, I say you were incredibly lucky. Almost miraculously so. If you got something to say, just say it. Alright, Mr. Inmus. It wasn't an accident, was it? You landed at the inner sanctum on purpose. What the? No, it was an accident, I'm telling you. Don't even have any proof. So stop making things up about me. This testimony is like a moving target. Okay, Nick. Time for some evidence. You know, really grab him by the scruff of his neck. One thing at a time, Maya. First, I have to find an inconsistency. Where is that word that there is constantly changing testimony. Where there is constantly changing testimony. There are bound to be discrepancies and other issues. I misread that a few times. Well, I have found an inconsistencies convenient enough.
Objection!
We have a saying in my country, Mr. Amos. From one lie spouts another. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? It means someone called lying will lie again in an attempt to conceal their first lie. In other words, this current testimony is just a blatant lie you're telling to cover your tracks. What did you just say? You claim gale force winds caused you to lose control. But this newspaper has a weather report for the day of the murder. It says, the area around the inner sanctum will enjoy calm, clear skies today. Why do you believe it does say that? From one lie spouts another. That makes sense, but is it really a saying back home? I've never heard of it. Yeah, I kind of made that one up. For real? Your Majesty, the witness testimony contains another flaw. One that's even more fatal to his cause. More fatal, you say? The defense will explain himself at once. Mr. Evans claims he was flying up there around the inner sanctum with his paraglider. That it would have been impossible to get all the way up there without any wind. Why, yes, I believe you're right. But we know the witness was at the inner sanctum, so... Mr. Evans, how did you get up there? And from where? Without any wind, he couldn't have flown up there from the bottom of the mountain. By process of elimination, the only starting point that makes any sense is... Your Majesty, I believe I have an answer to your question. Reach the inner sanctum, Mr. Hermes must have launched itself from here. We're gonna save though.
Take that!
What? Are you insane? I tried to do the Wii in reverse there, but nope. Don't think it worked. That's where it came from? If it couldn't have come from below, the only option is from above. So you see, Anonymous came down from Royal Penitentiary number 4. Let's write that there, I'm pretty sure. From there, he could have easily reached the inner sanctum by parachute. And that means he might have also killed the High Priest. What? Anonymous, were you the third party at the inner sanctum? And the one behind the warning to halt the right that the victim received? Was it you who we saw in his final memory? Are you the rebel hunter Lady Kira? Ho-ha! Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, sir. I'll be out here. You did it! You finally left him speechless. Oh, come on, Mr. Prosecutor, man. Quiet, you fool. You should use this time to prepare yourself for what is to come. For a fate far worse than hangnail hell awaits you now. Well done, defense. I must concede this point to you. The witness did, in fact, descend to the inner sanctum from Royal Penitentiary number 4. Huh? He didn't even put up a fight this time. That's awfully generous of him. But you are as perceptive as you seem. But if you are as perceptive as you seem, then surely you've already figured out the riddle. The riddle of Anonymous's true identity. Oh, its true identity? Not sure I know quite yet. I guess I'll have the answer with something. It would seem I am the only one still in the dark here. Would the defense care to enlighten me? Who is this man we've been calling Anonymous? The witness' true identity is... from the wanted poster. Is this really him? Only now do you realize the truth. Well, please do share us your belief and insight. What's wrong, Nick? Why are you holding back? Because this isn't going to be very helpful to our case. Really? Are you sure? Unfortunately, I've got no other choice. The scruffy beard and shaggy mane completely threw me off. But it's all becoming clear now. The nighttime base jump from the mountaintop prison. The precision landing at the inner sanctum using only a homemade parachute. Only a paratrooper, or more precisely, a former paratrooper, could have pulled that off. This witnesses that's the rebel! The prison escapee and key member of the Rook's rebel group. Yeah, I kind of mispronounced his name last time, but his name is That's the Rebel. That's our bro, sorry. Oh, what? Ah! The witness is an escaped prisoner? Precisely. The police have been scrounging every corner of the city to no avail. Meanwhile, He was under our noses the entire time. Didn't think anyone would see through my clever disguise. But the witness's charade is not all that has been shattered. Is it, defense? Oh boy, do I hate this guy. Please recall the defense's own words. Whoever sent the clue meant to threaten the high priest. The letter said, do not perform the rite. But the rite went on as scheduled. I believe that's why the high priest was murdered. Who do you propose sent that letter? A person with something to hide. The rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira herself. He claimed that the real killer was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Yeah? And what's your point? What of the witness's true identity? Only a paratrooper, or more precisely, a former paratrooper, could have pulled that off. The witness that's the rebel. It's prisoner Skip B and key member of the Rook's rebel group. But that's Arble. Yeah, no, that's what is it? Oh no! He is a rebel and an escaped prisoner. He couldn't have possibly been Lady Kira, mortal enemy of the rebels. Oh! Now, perhaps the witness will enlighten us to the truth. After all, he has yet to refute any of this. Hoo-ha! You got me. I'm the Richard Sharpfang of the Defiant Dragons. That's a rebel! When did you get your memory back? Oh, about the time you guys were talking about there being no wind. And you gotta give me credit for making up all that testimony off the top of my head. Are you prepared to tell us the truth now? Well, it's true I parachuted down to the inner sanctum. But I banged my head on impact and ended up unconscious outside the ritual chamber. Pardon, sorry. In short, all my eyewitness testimony was a big fat lie. A big fat lie? Oh, and by the way, long time no see, UT. Wait, they know each other? Your Majesty? This filthy rebel belongs in a jail cell. Oh yes, of course! Enough! Say something at once! Seems you really have forgotten the will of the dragon, huh, UT? But I haven't. And no dogs of Garan's regime are gonna lay a finger on me. A loop! Just build! Deploy all available resources. I want all units placed on high alert. The escaped prisoner escaped again! The police force have been placed on high alert. He will be caught before long. An escaped prisoner who escaped the law again after giving a ton of false testimony? Talk about a troublemaker. He really put a number on all of us. What was the point of all that anyway? Well, I can't help but feel that entire episode was an enormous waste of time. Your Majesty? Perhaps it was not as great of a waste as you might believe. What makes you say that, Prosecutor Shamandi? That's a rebel dropped something as he made his escape from these halls. That scrap paper looks awfully familiar. These appear to be direct orders from the Rook. From the Rook? The rebel leader? Oh, but we only have a small corner of it. Wait, I remember now. Third party. Your Majesty, I have seen that scrap of paper before. You have? The scrap of paper that's a rebel dropped is part of this. Why do I even...
Take that!
This is... I found it at the scene of the crime. It appears to be a copy of the order that Mr. Arbel dropped. A rebel dropped. If we put the two together, we should be able to read what the order says. Oh my! Just put it the same, Mr. Right? I can't read Koreanese. Ah, excuse me, if you please. The ignorant lawyer has not bothered to learn our language. Very well then. I do not understand. Well, what does it say? Using the lamplight as a landmark, he was to parachute down to the inner sanctum. Upon the rite's completion, he was to don Lady Kira's robe and make his escape. What? That is how he was the escape from prison? So, if I were to assume that Mr. Rabel was the one who killed the High Priest, then maybe it was because Abonomy tried to thwart his escape plan. Oh, foul lawyer. I'm afraid that is simply ludicrous. Oh, but I didn't say anything. Did he just read my mind? I know how your putrid mind works. Unfortunately for you, however, now that the rebel's escape plan has been revealed, it is clear that that's a rebel is not the High Priest's killer. How can you be so sure? If only you would use that putrid brain of yours every once in a while. That rebel plan could not have worked without the help of a certain individual. What do you mean? I am speaking of Abonomy, of course. Had that rebel simply donned Lady Kira's robe and made his escape alone, he would have been far too conspicuous. But were he by the High Priest's side, the faithful citizen praying in the plaza would have no cause to suspect anything. It is therefore unthinkable that that rebel was the High Priest's killer. Arrgh! So then, you're saying a High Priest was a... Oh, I cannot bear to say it. I'm afraid it is so. He's numbered among the rebels who threaten our kingdom. How could this be? High Priest? A rebel? There must be some kind of mistake. Let us go and move on. Accept the truth. It is the only way. And that goes double for you, defense. Cease your futile battle now. And why should I? Because I will now put the final nail in the coffin of the accused. Now that we have eliminated that's a rebel from our list of suspects, there is only one person that still remains. The accused, Maya Fey.
Hold it!
Hold it right there! Aren't you forgetting something important? Something important? Please explain the fence. We can't end this trial without looking into the third party. I'm talking about the true identity of the Lady Kira we saw in the Seance Vision. Seance Vision. If that wasn't that's a rebel, then who was it?
Objection!
That matter has already been resolved. It has? What's he talking about? It is as I have maintained from the start. There was no third party in the Seance Vision.
Objection!
Okay. But there was another Lady Kira there besides my fate. We all saw her.
Sakura!
What the? What the? I can't do my finger point.
Sakura ima o mandomo samashi de tashi nuke tare gasse o soro ka!
It is time to let go and move on. Your fate has already been sealed, much like your arm. This hardly seems fair. It is quite simple once you consider where the victim and the accused were at the time. If the victim was near the spring with his back to the accused, what would he see ahead? Besides the water itself, there is nothing but the Warbark statue. Oh, sorry, besides the water statue. Precisely. The Lady Kira we saw in the sentence is the Warbark statue draped in her sacred robes. No way! The accused wanted the false Lady Kira to appear in the sound's vision. Before she came from behind and stabbed the victim with a dagger in a reverse script. But why would the accused want to do something like create a false Lady Kira? Show it to the victim as he was being slain. What reason would the accused have to fool the victim she was about to kill? It was not the victim she was trying to fool. It was the Spheric Court itself. Come again? Suspicion would not fall on the accused if it looked as if another Lady Kira was there. And the defense was foolish enough to fall for it and claim it was a third party in disguise. Are you saying? I am. It was all a cleverly wicked scheme perpetrated by the accused. A scheme in which she sought to use the sentence vision to mislead us. This can't be happening. What a face you are making, Defense. I am surprised you are taking this so hard. After all, did I not clearly state a while back that you were chasing after naught but a deluded fantasy? Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. You're telling me he knew this is how it would turn out all the way back then? And that he was just waiting for the most efficient moment to spring it up on me? Do you understand now? I had you dancing in the palm of my hand this entire time. It can't be! This is an outrage! You took our royal princess' sacred definition sentence and used it to commit this most foul and despicable murder. No, I did nothing of the sort. Maya, Nick, not true. I didn't.
Objection!
Cease this ugly display. Your fate is sealed. Now that the facts have been exposed. Your Majesty, the time has come to convict this criminal who only seeks to taint this sacred hall. Indeed, it seems this trial is over.
Hold it!
Does the defense wish to offer up yet another counter-argument or something? The accused is not the killer. And, here's why. Now what I do? Got nothing. It would appear that the defense has run out of arguments to make. For sure that the rebel was the killer. The only person with positive motive, the one dressed as Lee Kira, has vanished. and I've got nothing to use against Prosecutor Shamani's argument. Damn it! I can't lose an eye. Not like this. Very well then, I shall now render my verdict. Wait! Please wait! I'm begging you! It is time to let it go and move on. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the defense culpability act against the defense. Now then, the court finds the accused, Maya Fey, and the defense, Phoenix Wright, guilty. Oh! Your Majesty, please forget the interruption, but... What is the meaning of this? A body has been found. In the Plaza of the Fosun, Your Majesty. What's this? Body? What has happened now? And we found this sticking out of the victim. Why that's Lady Hira's warbar dagger. Lady Hira, she has returned from the Twilight once more. She has come to defeat the rebels. Peace! Well, it would seem the dagger that was once lost has now been found. I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Shamadi. Yes? This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it. What? But why would Maya's prints be on it? I cannot believe it, yet it must be true. Is something the matter, Prosecutor Shamandi? This trial has run its course, and the accused's guilt has been firmly established. However, it would seem the defense was right about one thing. I was? You claimed that the murder of the Inner Sanctum had been carried out by the rebel hunter masquerading as Lady Kira. I did say something to that effect, but what of it? Prosecutor Shamandi, are you suggesting what I think you are? I believe the true identity of the rebel hunter who had been masquerading as Lady Kira. It's none other than the accused, Miss Maya Fey. What? Me? What? I realized how shocking this must seem. Looking back, however, I now realize there was much pointed to this fact. The rebel hunter leader Hira was first sighted about 2 years ago, and the accused first came to our kingdom 2 years ago as well. What? The timing matched perfectly! Matches perfectly. But there is more. This warning letter was found in the High Priest's bedroom 3 days before the run. Despite his house being locked up tight that night.
Objection!
How does that prove anything?
Objection!
It is difficult to believe an intruder could have found a way to enter such a secure house. However, the accused was known to come and go freely there, mainly to prepare for the purification rite. Abonomy was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. The accused could have The accused could have easily left the house unlocked for herself without anyone noticing. No! Warning has been updated. If we assume that the accused was Lady Hira, then that's more than establishes her motive for killing the that more than establishes her motive for killing the High Priest. Yes, the victim was secretly an insurgent, bent on helping that a rebel escape after all. Precisely. That made him a target for Lady Hira's wrath. After killing the High Priest, she then unleashed her divine judgment on another rebel. So it seems the scope of this case has expanded. We now have 2 murders performed by Miss Maya Fey, masquerading as Lady Kira. If Miss Fey is indeed a serial killer, in fact the severity of her punishment. In light of this, I believe the second murder must be investigated before we can proceed. As you wish, Your Majesty. Maya Fey, I hereby charge you with the second murder. May your defiled soul feel the weight of your sins. A new murder charge on top of a guilty verdict? It would seem the defense will live to see one more day. Talk about hanging on by a friend. Come tomorrow, a far more terrible punishment awaits you. I hereby suspend these proceedings so that the second murder may be investigated. Until the conclusion of this new investigation, this court is adjourned. And that's how we're going to wrap it up for today. So yeah, I'm going to wrap things up for now. Hope you have a good day. Next week, we'll be back on this all being well. Friday. I have a few things to do as well, so depending on how that proceeds. Yeah, that'll be it. So hope you have a good day this week. I'll see you next time. Bye.